You can have the best voice, amazing demo, and top-notch voice training, but if you never learn where to get auditions or casting calls or how to find voiceover jobs, it's all worthless. There was no point in doing it. So where are the best places to start looking for voiceover jobs? That is the question we're going to be talking about today on the podcast. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Jason. This is episode number 37, and it has to do with finding voiceover work, a very important topic for all voice actors. Before we jump into the question, I want to remind you, finding voiceover work is part of step 5 in the 5 steps to voiceover success. So if you aren't sure what step you're on, I've got a guide that can help you. You can get it at voiceacting101.com/get started. It's going to cover everything, no matter if you're just getting started, all the way through to getting work, and it includes links to additional resources that's going to help you get started in voiceover, or it's going to help you get out of a slump if you feel like maybe you're in a slump right now. It can help put you back on the right path. So go get that. It's free. It's at voiceacting101.com/get started. All right, today's question comes from Josh. So let's go ahead and listen in.
Hi, Jason. My name is Josh. I've been a musician for over 15 years, and as much as I love music, it doesn't pay the bills, which is why I want to pursue voiceover as a way to earn a living. But I know it's going to take some work to get to that point. I'm pretty new to the voiceover world, so I've been studying the past few months by watching informative videos, listening to podcasts, including yours, radio, TV commercials, and so on. I even downloaded your 5-step guide, which is helping out a lot so far. I just completed my makeshift vocal booth, and I'm ready to start training and practicing. My question is, where's the best place to start looking for small jobs? Thanks.
All right, thanks for the question, Josh. Thank you for sending it in and taking that time to do that. So there are all kinds of ways that you can get work in voiceover. It can really come from anywhere, but I'm going to cover some of my favorite ways, or some of the ways that I think can help you the most. So absolute all-time favorite way, it works just as well for someone who's been in voiceover for 30 years as it does for someone just starting out, and that is direct marketing. Specifically, I'm talking about email marketing. Me personally, I like email. I think it's less intrusive than, say, like a phone call. So I'm going to go ahead and cover just the gist of how it works. Here's how you do it. So basically, you want to send an email to the right person at the company. It's got to be the right person. You don't just want to send it to anyone at the company, but you want to find out who the person is that deals with voiceover at that company, or marketing in general at that company. And then you want to directly offer your services to that person at the company. There are ways to do it, and then there are better ways to do it, but it works in voiceover, and it works really in any business. So you're basically finding companies that could use your voice. That means they can be local, they can be on the other side of the world. It doesn't matter. You just reach out to them, and you're starting a relationship. You're not really asking for a job. You're just starting a relationship. And that's how I got my first few clients. At the time, they were online radio stations. I just reached out to them, and I still do it this way today as a way to work with new clients. So direct marketing, it's worked for many, many years, and this is how you build up a client base. So maybe you see a local business and you think that your voice could add value to that business. If you think that, then I would suggest that you reach out to them and just start that relationship. And then there's been times over the years that I've hired a company to do something for me, and after looking them up, I realized that they could use voiceover. So then I just mention it to them, and then they end up hiring me. So always be on the lookout for ways that your voice could add value to a business. And reaching out directly has several benefits, but one of the greatest, I think, is that there is less competition this way. And less competition is going to mean that you have a better chance at getting the job. Now, you still need to be professional and provide a great service, but you aren't competing against, say, hundreds of other voice actors at the same time. So email marketing, by far, that's one of my favorites. But I also want to mention a couple others here in case it helps you. So another way to start looking for voiceover jobs is by leveraging the power of production company voiceover rosters. So I don't use this as much today as I did in the beginning, but it's still a great way to get voiceover jobs. There are production companies out there that keep a list of trusted voice actors that they want to work with. These production companies have clients and projects that need voiceover, so you want to get on their list to have a chance at getting work from them. All you have to do to get started, you can just Google voiceover roster or voice talent roster or something similar, and you'll see a bunch of websites that have these kinds of rosters. Now, some of these production companies are huge corporations, and some are going to be small one-person businesses. It doesn't matter. You can get work from any kind. And they each work differently. Some are just going to keep your demo on file. When they need a voice like yours, they're going to present your demo to their client. And if the client likes your voice, hopefully you get the job. Others work more like an agency where they have a job that needs a voice. They'll request custom auditions from all the voice actors listed on their roster. So you audition, you send it in, and then the end client picks which audition they like the best, hopefully yours. Some have set rates that you have to work within, and some are going to ask you what your rate is for the project. There are pros and cons, of course, that come along with this, but in general, you want to be on as many talent rosters as possible since it only increases your opportunities to get jobs. Also, since there's more competition here, you need to make sure you're able to compete, and that means being trained and skilled and having an impressive demo, and that's going to give you a better chance of being approved to be on the roster. And one final way to get voiceover jobs that I'll mention here, and that is online casting websites or pay-to-play websites. So these are sites like Voices.com, Voice123, Bidalgo, The Voice Realm, VO Planet. There are many others out there, but I've been a member and I've tested out all of these that I've mentioned at one time or another over the years. So the benefit with these sites is that they have traffic, and they have a lot of traffic. And that traffic happens to be people looking for voiceover. So if you're a member of that website, it's possible that the person could come and they find your profile and they hire you. But I think that the majority of the time, a client's going to come to the site, they're going to post a job. And as a member, you're going to see that posting, and then you're going to be able to audition for the job and hopefully be hired from there. So having access to all those opportunities, definitely a huge benefit. The drawback is the amount of the competition that's on pay-to-play websites. Pay-to-play websites do work, though. They aren't scams. If someone says it's a scam and they didn't get any work, if they've tried it and they didn't get one job, it's most likely due to their audition just not being as good as the competition. So again, you have to be at the top of your game. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. It's competitive. You're up against the best of the best. But if you become great at auditioning and you understand what a client wants, then pay-to-play websites can be a great way to get voiceover jobs. And these are just a few ways. I have an entire guide on finding voiceover work over on voiceacting101.com. You can look for the link to that in the description below. All right, before you head out, here's a question for you. How are you going to find voiceover jobs, or how do you find voiceover jobs? Direct marketing, voice talent rosters, pay-to-play websites, or maybe another way. You don't have to pick one. It could be a mixture. It should be a mixture. Leave a comment. Let me know your plan below. That's it for this episode. If you have a question, send it over. I'd love to hear it. voiceacting101.com/ask. I'll talk with you next time. Have a great day. Hey, thanks for checking out this episode of the podcast. If you want to see another video, there's one waiting for you right here, or you can subscribe to the YouTube channel down in the corner. Or if you want to learn the 5 steps to becoming a voice actor, check out this free guide. It's available to download from voiceacting101.com/get started. All right, that's it. I'll talk to you next time. See ya.